Hey guys, it's Kevin with RockFab Off-Road. I'm here today to talk to you about the Soft Shackle. Kind of explain the basics of a Soft Shackle for those that aren't very familiar with it, along with comparing it to the good old standard steel bow shackle or D-ring shackle that everyone's familiar with, and hopefully convince you on why you should add one to your recovery kit. So one of the first things I want to touch on, when we're comparing the Soft Shackle from a standard D-ring is the weight. So we'll throw a standard 3/4 inch steel bow shackle up here. So we're looking at about 2 pounds, 2 pounds 3 ounces, which is pretty heavy. Let's throw a soft shackle up there. About 3.1 ounces. And you may ask me, why does that matter? I've already got a bunch of 1/4 inch plating on my off-road rig. What's an extra 2 pounds? Well, if you've got to ride shotgun and you've got to be on winch duty, it definitely pays off having a couple light soft shackles in your pocket, because no one's going to want to throw these in one of their pockets and go pulling some winch line up a hill. These just make it so much easier on whoever's setting up the recovery, which is super convenient. Another big difference in the steel shackle and the soft shackle is how multi-purpose it is. So if you start rigging up, using a steel shackle to hook two ends of a kinetic rope together, you can see quickly how much room just two ends of a 7/8 recovery rope takes up. You don't have much room to work in there, let alone if this thing's covered in mud, or say you've got to rig up a couple winch lines to a tree strap. You don't have a lot of real estate to work in here, and you can end up getting into situations where you're actually side loading the steel shackle, which will make it fail prematurely. But if you look at a soft shackle, we've got a lot more room to work with once we rig it up. So you can see how much more room you have to work with than your standard D-ring shackle. This just makes it easier to set up the recovery. If you've got to hook up multiple winch lines to the same tree strap, even if you have to hook it around maybe a bumper or roll cage, depending on if you're trying to flip someone back over, or maybe keep someone off a tree, you can't use a standard steel D-ring to hook around 1 3/4 inch or 2 inch sliders. But you can do that with the soft shackle, which makes it super, super useful. Another great point about the comparison between a steel shackle and a soft shackle is safety, guys. And we touched on this a little bit earlier when we talked about weight, but no one wants a 2-pound steel object going flying at them if a bolt lets loose, or winch line you didn't see that was frayed and ends up breaking. There's videos all over the internet of these things going flying through people's windshields, flying at cars, and it's not pretty when those things go flying through the air. A soft shackle, on the other hand, guys, 3 ounces, this is nothing. A teddy bear weighs more than this. So if you want to get hit by something that breaks, I'd much rather get hit with a teddy bear than a 2-pound steel object. Well guys, I hope this was able to explain some of the basics of a soft shackle in comparison to a standard steel shackle that everyone's used to. If you've got any questions or comments, feel free to shoot us an email or give us a call. I'd be happy to give you a recovery recommendation if you're trying to figure out what kind of gear would fit your style of driving the most. We work with some Ultra 4 teams, so we can set you up with, if you're doing some racing, we can set you up with a recovery kit that'll really fit your needs. If you're doing some mud drags, if you're doing some expeditions, whatever you need, we can get you set up with the right gear. And if all you're needing is advice, just shoot us an email. We'll be more than happy to get back with you. Thanks.